So let me tell you why I'm a fucking idiot. The whole time we've been doing this podcast, I've been minimizing the Zencaster and putting it off to the side, and then also putting my notes on the other side. So like I'm looking directly. I don't have to keep looking at my phone, you know, that kind of thing. And I can also see you. But why did I not remember that I have a tablet now that serves as another monitor that I could put my notes on?
You're blowing it, dude.
So that's what I just did. Yeah. Now I'm looking down here now. These are my notes.
This is revolutionary. It's changing the game.
2022, man. We ain't on the goofy shit no more. This is the more professional season of cartoons that curse.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, are you recording? Can I like?
That's the first thing we're talking about, man. It's the first thing.
Oh, dude,
is how you're an idiot.
Better put my bowl down.
You eating cereal?
Yeah, the Captain Crunch.
Oh man. Did I talk about this on the pod? I did a sponsorship for Magic Spoon last month, and they sent me 8 boxes of Magic Spoon cereal.
You told me about this.
Did I talk about it on the pod or not? Either way, all you'll need to know is that I ate way too much cereal in December. I ate a lot of cereal. Look, when you have 8 free boxes of cereal, and also it touts itself as like the healthier option of cereal. It's like lower carb, lower sugar, high in protein. You convince yourself it's okay to eat a lot more cereal than you should. And
man,
yeah.
I was so jealous when that happened to you. They fucking, cause they emailed me and like around the same time, and you were like already like, yeah, this shit is good as fuck. I'm like, damn, like I'm happy as fuck. I'm going back and forth like, yeah, like sure, you can see my stats. Like I want some cereal too. Like, and then they just was like, oh, your demographics, nah.
They did that to me too. They actually offered me. I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't talk about this stuff.
Can we just cut this out?
They did basically offer me. They offered me an amount and then said, "Wait, we looked at your demos. We can't offer you that much." And ultimately, what they offered me was fine and good. And they sent me all the free cereal, so it was like honestly. I'm almost like, you can send me less money if you just keep sending me cereal. Like I'm down if you just keep giving me the cereal. if I don't have to pay for cereal. Hey, you'll get it. I bet you can get it one day. You'll make it happen. Magic Spoon. Y'all ever sponsor podcasts? Because we got one. We got a podcast.
I like home movies. I like Good Family. You know?
Oh, we got to do the Good Family, don't we?
I can't fucking wait, bro.
Yeah, well, we can't do it now because the greatest cartoon YouTuber of all time has already done a video on the Good Family. So
this is the second one.
It's the second one.
The second one?
Yeah. They made one a long time ago.
A long time, years ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, years ago.
How did I miss that?
I totally forgot. Then when I watched the new one, he was talking about it. He was like, yeah, I did this like before the fucking 2016 election type shit. And I was like, oh yeah, he did do that, didn't he? Yeah, I don't know, man. The shit you was saying, I was like, oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch the video. It's possible.
I got what he meant. At least I haven't seen the show on my own in so long. I've been fucking memeing about it since we started doing this shit. But
I'm excited to watch it. I'm also kind of worried. Like I'm secretly hoping we're gonna watch it and be like, this is a hidden gem. And part of me is like, but I have a feeling we're gonna watch it and be like, oh yeah, it's not very good.
I feel like it might be a piece of shit. I don't know.
I feel like, because when I remember watching it, I remember it kind of being like, I kept thinking about like saltine crackers. Like I was like, I don't know. Where's the spice? But like,
you can't eat more than 3 of them at once.
Yeah, if you like tried to do like, and this is not at all cartoons that curse, but I know some people would do it. Is like if they spun it into like the analytical, like socio-political shit. It's like, all right, here's how Mike Judge predicted the 2016 election.
Right.
In this episode of the good, like. You know, I don't think it's that interesting to do that. But I mean, the way that he made it sound like Good Family was like the Buzz on Maggie of adult cartoons. So,
hey man, don't do that to the. All right.
Listen,
it's been. I've had a couple days with the Buzz on Maggie, man. Like, they don't know what the fuck we're talking about. All right, so let me back up a bit.
We're a little rusty. We're getting back into it, you guys.
We're getting back into it, man. Is any of this being used? Are we using this for the episode at this point? I don't even know if any. We are.
I'm just gonna ask you to do Buzz on Maggie now.
I'm doing Buzz on Maggie. So okay.
They'd be like, do it twice.
Nah,
make
fuck
an
out
exception.
So I've been watching the Buzz on Maggie for the past week, and for like the first 3 episodes, I was like, "Oh my god, why did I do this? Like, why did I pick this show? I don't want to do this. It's like it wasn't fun to watch. I was like groaning. I was like, man, I don't like this shit." And then I don't know. After a couple episodes, it finally it stumbles into place, and then it starts to become funny. I start to like people. I don't love any of the characters because they're all kind of archetypes, low key. But I was like, okay, I like some of these characters. The show is better when the girl is in school. When she's at home with her family, that's like when it's like super mid. But
can I be honest? When you were asking me what you should do the next video about, and you pitched the Buzz on Maggie, first I'd ever heard of that show in my life.
That's so fucking funny.
You
Never heard of it
to
before.
Be there.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those like. I don't know, man.
I'm eager to watch your video on it. That'll be a fun way to experience it.
Because it's like the one thing I'm noticing is that nobody remembers anything about the show but the theme song for real, or like the games that were on the Disney website. But like that's kind of where the knowledge of the show stops. It like with like stuff like American Dragon and other shit from that era, like people remember like certain like, oh, I remember when he did this or that, or they said this. Like there's no like quotes, there's no Buzz on Maggie quotes, there's no like very distinct moments or anything like that. And I find it interesting that this show's legacy is fully hinged on like the memories that the theme song brings people, and like nothing that like. Guarantee you show a picture of Buzz on Maggie to someone around my age, they'll go, "Oh, that was my shit," and then like, "Oh yeah, what did you like about it?" I don't know, man. She was just so relatable. Just a whole bunch of blanket shit that doesn't really mean anything.
What's the name of like her older brother? And it'd be like, Buzz. I'd be like, well, close enough, but
just like Home Alone, right? Older brother named Buzz. Yeah, Home Alone. His older brother's named Buzz.
Yeah. Oh, did you find the blog by Sean Sesless?
No.
About Maggie?
Was it like a production blog?
Well, it's like his personal blog, but he had like a post about Maggie during the run of the show, like in 2005, because apparently he was art directing on it, and he said that the show is doing well over here in the States, but Disney is kind of just dropping us because the kids in Australia and the UK don't like it, which is stupid because they took American Dragon and they've retooled it, which is like,
it did, yeah. They didn't really give a fuck about.
Yeah.
What they were doing. Out of all those cartoons, man, all those cartoons from that era, I noticed that too. All those cartoons from that era last two seasons, except the Buzz on Maggie, which only got 1.
Yeah.
But all the rest of them shit's got 2 seasons.
Which is weird because, in theory, Maggie might have been cheaper to make if they had decided to go on with it a little longer.
Absolutely.
But they were like, nah, fuck this, dude. Replacements. That's all I need in my life.
And even the fucking voice actors in the Buzz on Maggie are just all doing voices that they've done somewhere else. And I think that's the funniest part.
You know what's crazy, though? It's like her older brother is just Danny Phantom.
He is! And I didn't know. It took me like 15 fucking episodes to notice that.
You can't tell because of the voice, but you can tell because of the accent, right? Like, it's just like certain words, like with the A, like it's just kind of New York type.
I was watching it with Man, and I just when he popped up on screen, I said, "Man, who the fuck is that?" And he's like, "Aldrin." I'm like, I know the kids, I know the character's name. Who is that voice? And then he listened, and then he snapped, and he said, "That's Danny." I said, who the fuck is Danny? I was like, oh, wait. Yeah, it's a sick-ass show.
This is really funny. So I'm looking at. I think this is the last thing we should talk before we go into the episode. But I'm looking at the Buzz on Maggie Wikipedia page, and the plot. It's showing the plot, and you know how Wikipedia like links to other Wikipedia pages when they like say a keyword. So it starts off, and it's like Maggie, pesky, expressive 13-year-old fly, her family, parents. Brothers Aldrin, Pupert, and sister Bella, who is still a maggot, and they link to the Wikipedia page for maggots. And there's just like this gross photo of real maggots.
That's pretty good.
Oh man, that's so gross. All right, let's cue the theme song.
Fuck, man.
I've been watching them for years. It's always been something that fit with all the animated characters that's doing their own bits. With a fry who's in the future and a family guy that sucks. With a father from a hill, a burger family runs amok. The show and Spies is the same guy, except he totally say and diverse.
Let's watch cartoons that
Yeah, that's bananas.
That's rough.
What the f*** is up, everybody? Welcome back to Cartoons That Curse, the podcast where we talk about cartoons that say swear words. All right, I'm a little rusty. Happy New Year, everyone. It's been a minute.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, but we're back. We're back after a month to talk about Home Movies Season 3. My name is Johnny. I'm here with my co-host, Tariq. Tariq, how are you today?
Fuck.
Great.
They curse, right? The cartoons fuck. They say bad shit,
true.
right?
That's true. It's a good point. And we're joined by our mini-series co-host, Deli, the Wacky Deli. How you doing, Deli?
It's pretty good. Pretty good start to the new year. Hanging out. Doing home movies.
Doing home movies. We're back. We're back doing home movies.
Dude,
so
I had a birthday during the break.
You did have
that
a birthday.
Did happen, didn't it?
Happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you.
I
appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. How was your birthday?
Oh man.
Not good?
I will say that the way you told me happy birthday I thought was especially funny. Because you tweeted Moneybag Terrific Tariq Moneybag.
I figure you're getting a lot of happy birthdays, and it was like, the same stuff to people like happy birthday to a real one, happy birthday to the legend himself. I was like, he knows Moneybags. He knows. Next year
I caught the vibe.
Next year, I'm just going to say, fuck you, Terrific Tariq. That's it.
Fuck you at Terrific Tariq.
You'll know what it means.
With the confetti emoji, like right next to it.
Yeah, perfect. I'll do that next year. You guys heard it here first, so stay tuned.
That's right.
Happy belated. Happy you were born.
Appreciate it. Happy holidays to you two.
Yeah, we
and
had...
Mikey. Even though Mikey is
he's around. He'll raise his hand at some point. He'll go,
Don't bring that up because he'll do it, and it always makes me laugh when he does it. I hate when he does that.
It's funny every time. It's just a joke for us. You guys can listen to our
Curse
joy.
has something to say.
That's going to be our new tagline. Cartoons That Curse has something to say. And what it has to say is fuck.
Fuck.
Man. All right. Well, happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy holidays to us all. You're still raising your hand. And we're back after a couple months, back with Home Movies Season 3. We did Seasons 1 and 2 back late last year. And this is the second to last season. This season has some of my favorite episodes. Was there anything... So Season 1 was the season that was very much like the retro scripting style where
Uh-huh.
it's right. That's the one where it's mostly improvised, right? It's like they improvise and then they kind of have a what's it called, like a structure of what the scenes need to be. They improvise what they are and then they animate past it. The second season felt a little more scripted, right? It's kind of got more of it's kind of got a serialized aspect, a couple serialized aspects. You introduce some new characters, and this season felt like it walked it back a little, right? Am I correct in saying that? Like less serialized, a little, still like episodic ideas, but it didn't feel as like structured as season 2.
What I got was that it was like less serialized, definitely, but the episodes, especially around the end of this shit, are like super high concept. They go to fucking jail, like, you know what I mean? Like they just like they're like bigger in scope and in
That's
concept.
true.
Like there's like it starts to operate like Phineas and Ferb. Like shit starts to interconnect from like other stories and
Right.
you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Like that's not. I don't remember it doing that in the first 2 as heavy as it does here because it's damn near every. And then there's episodes like the I forget which number that is, but the one where everything's backwards. Like they just play with shit this time. You know what I mean? Like it's
I like that one. My Cheating Heart, episode 7. Yeah, they definitely. It does feel like they were a little more ambitious with the episodes this season, but yeah, it was interesting because like it almost feels like each season has felt so like it's really had its own thing. Like season 1 is the improvised thing, season 2 is a little more serialized, and this season really does feel like just more ambitious ideas without but it kind of walks back and they get less serialized and still improvised, but not nearly on the level of season 1.
Right.
Deli, how do you feel about season 3 overall? You're the resident home movies expert.
Yeah, season 3, I think, is probably the most adult swimmy that as it gets, like traditionally like adult animated comedy type, or at least that's how people would see it. I know during that time period they were definitely getting like a lot more comfortable with it. If you listen to the commentaries, like the contrast between 1 and 3 is hilarious because in season 1 they're like, okay, this is the full timeline of like my life up to the UPN pickup, and then in season 3 they're just like improvising like musical scores. You know, it's kind of like they said, you know what, fuck it, let's stop doing like complex stories and shit, we're just gonna do whatever the fuck we want. And then like they just ended up like writing like Disney movies anyway, because you know they did a lot of loose, more experimental things, but they, like Tariq said, they're still pretty, you know, grand in scale. And they, you know, shit like the Ren Fair is so good. Like, you know, it's just a bunch of dumb, goofy shit, but it's you know, it's meaningful in different ways.
Yeah, definitely. I a lot of my favorite episodes of the whole show are in this season. And a lot of like, there's a lot of stories in here that I forgot about. This season had a lot where I like forgot about them, and then the moment they started playing, I was like, oh yes, this one. Like I love this one.
That's happened to me a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah, this has got a lot of good stuff in it. Should we just start cruising through?
Yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
All right. Let's start with Shore Leave, episode 1. So this this one's got some really funny stuff in it. So this is the one where Brendan has to go to a sleepover with Fenton, and then Melissa has to go to, what is it? It's like a Girl Scouts type of right. Sleepaway situation, right?
Thing,
yeah, exactly. I love the Brendan Fenton plot of this episode. I think that's so funny. The thing that makes me laugh every time is Fenton going, Bren, hey, Bren, I think Bren is such a funny
Bren is
nickname.
funny.
And it's also funny because we talked last season about how Eric was kind of absent a lot of the season, and he's really makes a big comeback this season.
That's
he's
what I was
immediately
gonna.
back.
My first note is Eric does more in the first scene than he does in the entire second season.
Yes, totally. Totally. Yeah, this opening scene where he's like, had like the whole impetus of him sending Melissa to the fairy princess troop is a little like, he's like, oh, you're too masculine. We got to send you to girl camp.
Right.
You know? Like that's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a little sweaty. I feel like it's like, oh, you're playing a man in the movies you make, so we gotta put you in a fairy princess troop. I don't know. It feels like it doesn't feel very Eric. Am I wrong about that? Like, I feel like Eric is.
I think the way they approach it, I understood because they kind of approach it from like he's just kind of like they almost kind of make you think that he feels as though he feels like he's incapable of raising a daughter on his own.
Right. He feels like
she should have
because she doesn't have a female role model /
right.
Yeah.
They kind of they make him kind of go in like that.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, for sure. What do you guys think about this one? You guys got any other thoughts? What are your thoughts on shore leave?
Who we got here? Oh, I didn't remember this one at first, and then my second note says, "Oh, this is the one where he stays at Fenton's house."
Yeah.
Oh, there's that walkie-talkie shit is fucking rough. That bit where they're like they're going back and forth on the walkie-talkies, and and they're like, now who's talking now? I think it's Jason. No, I think it's Melissa. I think it's Brendan.
Oh yeah, like they can't tell each other's voices through the walkie-talkie.
Right.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
I like that. I like the Blair Witch like parody of Brendan's time at the at Fenton's house, like his little confessional.
Oh man, when she says like, all right, kids, it's 6:30, lights out. And he's like, huh?
Yeah. And then I like that he's trying to turn the lights off so he can go to sleep, but Fenton won't let him turn the lights off.
Right, yeah. And then Fenton's like, Brendan, you gotta shut up. We're gonna get in trouble. He's like, I'm not even fucking loud.
Bren, be quiet, Bren. Oh man. I also I did like also how the fairy princess troop just ended up being like a ski. Well, which is kind of a commentary on Girl Scouts, where it's just a scheme to get them to sell shit for them, which is kind of the Girl Scout cookie thing. Even though I'm sure we all love Girl Scout cookies because they're pretty damn tasty.
Oh man, Sandy's. Come on now. Stop
I like I'm a Samoa fan. Like the Samoas.
Thin mints rule my life.
Thin mints are great. Thin mints are good. You know, they're like your typical answer, but they're your typical answer for a reason.
A reason.
Yeah, you know? They're really good.
You can't disparage them. Come on.
Yeah, that's right. You ever freeze them? You throw them in the freezer?
Of course. I feel like it's the only way I eat them now.
I really wish I had some
once you
mints.
like learn that, it's like you don't go back.
Yeah.
Ever.
Man, I'm getting hungry for some cookies right now. Why? What have we done?
Can we make cookies on the pod? I have cookies in the fridge.
Which sponsors can throw us a box of cookies?
Yeah.
The fastest.
Dude, if we get some cookie spawns.
Today's podcast is brought to you by cookies. We like cookies. That's it.
Give up the bag.
Damn, I'm really going to be thinking about cookies for the rest of this. That's okay. What?
You want to go on a food tangent?
We kind of just did. What else we got? I don't know. It's going to make me
you
want to go grab food.
Did you know that there's they just dropped a cereal that's based on the Wendy's Frosties? Need that.
What the fuck?
Need that.
fuck?
Google it. Need
I
it.
did hear about that.
Wendy's Frosty cereal.
Need that. I don't know where it is, but I need that.
Whoa.
You looking at it?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
straight up.
So impressed.
It's just
Need
it's
that.
just got a it's just a cereal box with a picture of a Frosty on it. That's
Stop. You can see the cereal too.
that's wild. That's
Yeah,
wild.
need that. Gotta try it.
Well, maybe they did this in October. How did I miss this? Limited
Did it
edition.
come out in October? I thought they announced
see.
it in October. I don't know.
You can get it on Instacart still.
Sick. I know what I'm doing after the pod. This is where your Patreon money goes, people.
Yeah.
My
Right after the
fucking
pod.
stomach.
Right after the pod, Tariq is gonna pack a fat bowl of Frosty cereal. Oh man! All
Your
right.
Patreon money
Well,
goes
now
right
I'm
to
hungry.
my stomach.
Okay. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. I'm
Let's do
gonna
it.
exit out of this Wendy's cereal tab. And we're back. But yeah, I love the scene. I love the scene where Melissa's like begging McGuirk to buy stuff from her. Like, please, they're watching me. they're watching me. That was pretty funny. How does this episode end? Does Brendan sees Fenton's mom naked? Is that it?
Right, and
Yeah.
then he records it by accident. And
Right.
then
They do that
McGuirk-
elaborate fucking multicam type.
Yeah, which is
sequence.
which is nuts, by the way. I wrote that in my
Yeah.
notes too, that it was like strangely ambitious for the show. Cause it's like Melissa's breaking out of the camp, and at the same time, Brendan is bolting out of Fenton's house, and Fenton is chasing him like, "You leave my fucking mom alone."
Yeah.
And then they put that crazy
Fucking
flamenco
serious.
music behind it. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
bro, you can tell, like in the writers' room, it's like, okay, this shit is gonna make anime real. All right, we got to do this. Like there's certain scenes in there that kind of like cue you into that. Like the whole walkie-talkie scene was kind of like it was like dragging, but they did it specifically so they could like kind of like prepare, like gear up for this shit. And you can kind of tell because they went in and they would, each time a character's talking, like they would light up their box and they would go back and forth and back and forth.
That's true. Yeah,
So-
they do that.
There's a reason why this one's like the award winner, right? They submitted it to Annecy. It got the Punchinella Award, and I think it won against Samurai Jack and a couple others. So
How'd
you
you do
know.
that? Good job.
I don't
guys.
know. You gotta ask them, Bren. You gotta ask. You gotta figure it out, Bren.
Man, the end of this shit is so fucking funny. When McGuirk, he's
It
like,
is.
all right, let's see what we got here. And he like
Yeah,
pops the fucking
Fenton's
VHS in. And then and then he tries to call. He's calling to make a website about it. And he's like, all right, FentonsNakedMom.com.
Did you guys go to FentonsNakedMom.com? It exists.
It does?
Someone made it after the episode and was like, and was basically like, yeah, you had the same idea as me. I'm just gonna promote home movies. Get it on DVD.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's good. It makes me happy.
The fact that FentonsNakedMom.com was taken when he asked for it is super fucking funny.
Yeah, it's super funny. That's like an interesting thing though, is that some networks and shows. I remember when this happened. So this happened on Conan when I was in high school. I went back when he was doing Late Night with Conan O'Brien on NBC. So sometimes if a show says a website name, they are technically responsible, like for the network worries about being responsible for pushing traffic to that website. So if someone mentions a website name, they kind of have to know what it is, and they can't like be sending people the stuff that
Right, yeah, absolutely.
that
It's like
doesn't
putting a
fit
phony
their
phone
standards. Right. So there was this bit they were doing back on Conan in the day where they were like doing bad mascots, and one of them was like webcam manatee or something, and it was someone in a manatee costume doing like a cam show, and Conan like offhandedly just said, www.hornymanatee.com or something like that. And then the next day he came back on air and he was like, so I've been informed by my superiors at NBC that because we said the name of this website, we are responsible for anyone who goes to it. So we had to purchase the name of the website. and so he like bought the website, and then they started doing like these funny lewd photo shoots of like the dude, like the person in the manatee costume to like fill out the horny manatee website. So anytime any show mentions a website, I think about that. That was like 20 years ago. It's so funny. Man. Good stuff. Hornymanatee.com. I think that's what it was. Hornymanatee.com. Let's see.
No, I guess we're responsible for the traffic there now, right?
Yeah, that's right. If this is not a website anymore, we've got to buy it.
Fuck.
All right, let's move on to 302. Breaking up is hard to do. This is the one when Paula's mom comes to live with them because she's splitting up with her husband, with Paula's dad. And yeah, I thought it was pretty funny how like the first, like how Paul, there's that episode, I can't remember if it was, I think it was in season 2, where when Paula is not working, where she's like subtly hinting that she wants to be in Brendan's movies. And I immediately thought about that. I was like, oh, Paula's mom also wans to be in Brendan's movies.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny that they both did it. But one of my favorite aspects of home movies, which I think this is a prime example of, is McGuirk being overconfident in his own abilities and then just miserably failing. And the whole thing about him fixing up their kitchen, which was burned, which Paula burned down, and him not knowing even a single thing to do when fixing up their kitchen is really, really funny to me.
He just, fam, I was so convinced that Brendan was gonna cut his fucking finger off when he like let him play with the saw.
Yeah, he's playing with the saw. Yeah.
His hand is like right there. I'm like, oh shit.
That's a classic King of the Hill where Hank accidentally cuts off Dale's finger. Yeah. It's Dale's fault, but then Dale gets a restraining order against Hank.
King of the Hill was so funny, son.
It's a good one. We should probably do King of the Hill on the podcast soon.
Yeah, fucking King of the Hill. That shit is hilarious. When in very like literally when the episode starts, Paula is explaining to Brendan that their grandma's coming, and he goes, "Oh, did Grandpa die?" And he's like smiling, and I was like, "What is he doing?"
Oh man,
the fucking smile on his face. Oh, and McGuirk is supposed to be grading the kids, which I didn't know, apparently.
Right, that's right. I've been giving you... He didn't know either.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I like that revelation. I also love the whole subplot that Jason feels left out because his parents aren't divorced.
Yeah, he fakes the divorce. That shit is hilarious.
It's a really funny concept because like, so I don't know about you guys, but like when I was a kid, so my parents got divorced when I was 10. And when I was a kid, that was like unusual. I had some friends whose parents were divorced, but like most of my friends' parents weren't divorced. And so I did feel like there was a little bit of a like, oh, I feel different. You know what I mean? Like this feels weird and different. And I feel like it's become over my life become so much more common that it almost does feel like sometimes when my friends now are like, yeah, my parents are still together. I'm like, really? Like,
I feel that way too, man.
Yeah.
I feel that way too.
Yeah, it's interesting how society has shifted a little bit like that. But I thought that was a funny commentary. It's kind of the perfect time. I wish I had seen this when it came out, because it was probably not too long after my parents got divorced, and I was like, oh, this is weird. That episode probably would have spoken to me in a fun way.
I guess you.
What else?
Speaking of divorce, Jason says this sick ass line that I wrote down. He's talking about like, why do old people get divorced? He says, you're already running on empty anyway. You might as well gun it. It's so fucked up, son.
It's fucked up. Yeah. Even though I kind of understand the logic, I'm like,
I kind of
get it
too.
but I'm also like,
I was
that's fucked up.
you can't.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, and McGuirk tricks Paula's dad. He's like, "Oh, hey, Grandpa, it's Brendan."
Oh, that was great. That was great. And I like that he's like, Brendan, all right, watch this. Check this out.
Yeah, he says,
Oh,
He
it's
says,
so
"Watch
good.
this." He definitely says, "Watch this."
It's classic McGuirk. That's so funny.
shit is
Oh
great.
man, Del, you got any other thoughts on Breaking Up Is Hard to Do?
nah,
Nah,
pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, well, let's move on. Let's move it along. Let's go on to Bad Influences, episode 3. This is the one where Brendan and Jason are starting to get fat. They're eating too much candy, have a bad diet, and the whole premise is that they're enabling each other. That they, when they hang out together, they eat unhealthily together, and. There's some funny stuff in this. Like the thing that I really remember in this is just how like cringingly awful McGuirk is on the double date with the nurse and the other girl and Lynch.
Oh yeah, dude, he's the fucking worst.
God, he's just the worst. And like he was
He is
already
the
like
fucking worst.
back in that, I can't remember if it's season 1 or 2 when he goes on the date with the nurse the first time, when he goes out with the nurse and he's just
I think that's one.
so gross. But in this one, like what does he say? He says this grossest thing to Lynch. He's like, maybe you should talk to yours. Like, you know what I mean? It's like what? Oh my God. Yeah.
And then so instead of arguing with him, Lynch is like, all right. So he like tries to talk to her and like make her feel okay because he just fucking like called her property. And then McGuirk, he's like, he starts hitting her off with her, and McGuirk is like, all right, bro, like, all right. The fact that Lynch is like this like fucking social butterfly in this situation is like really funny.
Yeah, and then in the end, Lynch still fucks it up because he like gets in. It's always his rivalry with McGuirk that's like his downfall, right? He
gets a fucking black eye, and then they like run into a phone post.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
I love in the beginning they do that like stark difference thing. They play it's like Melissa's like, this is the scene we shot last week, and this is the scene we shot yesterday.
Right. You noticed the difference, you guys?
Yeah. I love, so both versions have quotes in it that I love. The first one has when Jason says, "When are we gonna damn get the hell out of here?" I think that's fucking hilarious. And then the second one, this is so fucking hot, it makes me hungry hot. Hungry hot. And they just repeat that shit, ricocheting back and forth.
Oh man,
lines.
I really wish, like, obviously I know this is a different, like, I wish that there was more like complete versions of their movies. I would love to just watch, even if they're only a couple minutes each, if I could just watch a narrative, watch a whole Starboy, you know, or watch Louie, you know, that would be great, because that is like I like the show a lot, but I love how like I love the creativity that goes into how they make these movies, I just like how they're like, well, yeah, but they're also written by children. They're not good, you know, like they're still written by children. I think that would have been fun if there was like I don't know, I guess I should check my DVDs. Maybe there are some bonus features that's just like, watch this.
I mean, you know what? It's crazy too, because it feels like that would have been like the perfect way to, like, the DVDs are pimped out. The box set they made was wild. It gave it like its own clapperboard even, but they don't have shit like that.
Right.
Like, they have everything you could want except for that. They have like deleted songs. They have like this is how you edit the audio from movies. Like, they would go into like New York. They would go into Brooklyn and like record like a bunch of sketches. Like, you know, there's like all types of shit in there, but there's not that. Which I think actually, if somebody, this might be cursed, but if somebody tried to bring back home movies,
why
that would
would you
probably
say
be
that?
the best. I don't know. You can. I'll take responsibility, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, if that
Yeah.
would be like a pitch, basically.
Right. Show the movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's man, I want that home movies DVD set so badly. I have all 4 seasons on DVD individually, and I'm pretty sure that there's nothing new on the anniversary DVD. It's just in the like nice set. But man, do I want it.
Need that.
I want it so bad. It's like the best price on Amazon is $200 used for it right now. You know, it's time to pay the price.
It is time to pay the price.
Oh man. Do you guys got any? I liked at the end where Melissa tricks them into like a happenstance meeting to try and get them back together. But that they immediately like relapse into
and
their,
they dragged
into
Melissa
their,
along with them this time
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Because Melissa, and now the end is like full of all those sick ass movies. Where,
Right.
like they're all bigger. I like that too.
That's
I
right.
think that shit is hilarious. When Paula, I love when Paula goes to get her anxiety medicine, and she says that it's obviously working because I'm able to approach this counter and ask for it. I thought that was I just liked that. Like I just thought that was really good.
That is good. I like that too. All right, you guys got any other thoughts on bad influences?
Nah, that might be all. Like, I wrote that Jason wears a muumuu at the end. I forgot he does that. He does wear a muumuu.
I did
at
too.
the end.
Oh man.
That's probably it.
Del, you got any other thoughts? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Improving your life through improv. This one is really funny. Like the Brendan making fun of Junior is like the fact that he does it twice, and the second time like McGuirk is like
McGuirk cries. Fucking that shit is so funny. The fact that tears are coming out, he's like banging on the grass.
I love that. I love that Brendan gets in trouble for it, and then like not even like one scene later, McGuirk is like, "Well, what did you say? How did you make fun of him?" He's like, he starts doing it again.
So did he get mad at that?
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I have a bushy eyebrows," and McGuirk's like, "He does have bushy eyebrows."
He says, "I had no friend to do Lynch," and he keeps doing the same voice, but he said, "Hi, Mr. Lynch." He's like fucking crying.
Yeah.
Is this the one? Good. Maybe I'm thinking of a different. Was this the one where? Because they're doing in the impressions. Is this the one where McGuirk, does the Jimmy Stewart impression, and he's just like, he's just doing his normal voice. From "It's me, Jimmy Stewart, from A Wonderful World." It's so funny. Man, yeah, that's the Brendan doing the Junior voice is so funny to me. Yeah, you guys got what do you guys what are the stuff you guys got to say about this one? My notes are a little skimpy, but man, do I love that Junior impression.
No, that whole first bit is fucking jokes. Like when when they start off and they're imitating and Melissa's doing McGuirk, but nobody gets it until they get it, and then Brendan does a voice which I could have sworn was McGuirk. I swear I thought it was, and he's like, "Nah, it's Lynch."
Oh yeah.
And then he does Junior, and everybody's cracking the fuck up. Later on, there's a bit that I thought was funny, just because of what it leads to is like when they're watching playback. I guess no, Brendan is editing, and he's watching the playback.
Love that scene.
And he keeps telling Jason to go bigger, and Jason's like, "Bigger." He's like, "Yeah, bigger, a little bigger than that." Jason like puts the fucking gun to his head. He's like, "Nah, bigger." Jason's like, "Bigger? What the fuck?"
Right. Yeah, he's already yelling so loud. I love the sequence when he's going through and editing, and he's looking at himself on set, and he's just being like kind of shitty to Jason and Alyssa, and he's just writing notes. He's like, apologize. To Jason.
Rehire Jason. Buy flowers for Melissa.
That's really funny.
Sick.
Oh man. Yeah, there's some really funny stuff in this one. This is a good one.
My only other note is that when they're at the improv thing, the lady, when you're in improv, you did improv, right? So yeah, that you act like you need like a occupation or a place and shit like that. And she asks us for all of that stuff, and then the last thing she asks us for is a skin color. And I thought that was sick. Like, who the fuck asking us for a skin color? Fucking improv.
Oh man. Yeah. What if someone improvises a skin color for you? You have to yes and. That's fucked up.
Yes and.
Oh
Yes,
man. All right, you guys got any thoughts on this one?
No, that's all for me.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's go on to Force Company. I like this one.
Oh, it's Octavio?
Yeah, Octavio.
Gross.
Octavio. Yeah,
Octavio.
Yeah.
Gross.
For one, my first note is that I really love the running gag of just Brendan making completely unrelated movies and submitting them as projects for at school.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like, this was supposed to be about Susan B. Anthony. Like this is a completely unrelated movie, which is pretty funny. I actually like a lot of the subplots in this one. I like the whole Octavio plot, but the scene that I love the most is when all the adults run into each other at the grocery store. It's
fucking rough.
Yeah,
oh man, because it's real. It's so real.
I like that they're all just kind of like being polite and like humoring each other and like, and then McGuirk's like, hey, what about this, guys? Why don't we all have dinner together? Why don't we do it? Let's all have dinner together. Everyone's like,
Nobody's fucking with it. He fucking stalks Eric to the point, like he's like, so what are you doing? So I'm looking at my calendar right now. I'm in the living room looking at my calendar. It says I can't do it. So you're in the living room right now. You're not at the kitchen. You're not in the kitchen on the phone. He said, no, I'm in the living room holding the calendar right now. He's like standing outside his fucking crib. And he like calls Lynch and Paula and they set the whole thing up. And then when they get there, I guess McGuirk didn't think that it was actually going to happen. So McGuirk is like, McGuirk is like, you could tell he's like, I'm about to get the fuck out of here. And like Eric is like down the clown at that point. He's like, all right, what we doing? Like he's like drinking and shit. And the fact that it like flip flopped and Eric is the one that wants to hang out now is like super funny.
Yeah, that's why I like Eric. Eric like he's kind of a wild card sometimes. He's like that's a situation where he's really funny. Where he's just like, all right, well, let's just go with it. I'm having a good time. You know,
yeah, right,
whatever.
Yeah.
I like the reveal that Octavio was like just trying to get a role in Brendan's movie. Mm-hmm. And then when Brendan calls him out for it, he's like, do you want to know how good of an actor I am? Do you think I'm French? And he like reveals that he's not French. And Brendan's just like, yeah, I know. It's a really bad French accent. I know. It's really bad.
From the moment I fucking heard you speak, everybody knew that.
Right. I think that's really funny. It's like, do you think I'm American? I'm Canadian.
Oh, and there's that yeah, and then there's that wild scene where he's like melodramatically talking to that girl in the hallway about his plan, that Brendan overhears, and like, she keeps like smacking him, and then like, and at the very end, he's like, all right, do it again, and he like turns around and like toots his ass. Because he wants her to smack him on the ass.
Oh. I didn't think I even caught that.
You didn't get? Oh yeah, no. He turns around. He's like, "All right, do it again." He's like, he like toots his ass to it.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny. Man, what else happens in this episode?
Well, when they're at the supermarket, they keep talking about how Paula has 6 cans of beans.
Right. The beans. And then McGuirk comes up and is like, "Are you going to Beantown?"
Yeah, that's the one I wrote down because that's the funniest one. That's the one I wrote down. Are you going to Beantown?
So funny. I like, and my favorite thing about it though is that Lynch and Eric can't help but laugh because they both just brought it up, and Eric's just like, "I'm sorry." Like he just apologized. He was like, "I'm sorry." It's so good. It's so good. Oh man. All right. You guys, anything else on Forest Company? Should we move on?
I have 2 things. Number one, when Octavio takes his shirt off, he's like weirdly buff, even though he's a child.
Right.
I thought that was just a funny visual. And when they, in Brendan's film, when they asked what the B in Susan B. Anthony stands for, she says bitchin'.
Susan bitchin' Anthony. Yeah, that's great. That's super funny. Del, you got anything
And Jason
else?
loves Melissa, which I forgot.
That's right. He's like, I'm going to marry Melissa.
Right. Brendan says, "You want to marry me?" No.
No.
You should even get something like that. Melissa, get over yourself.
Get over yourself. All right, let's move on to Renaissance. This is the episode where they go to the Ren Fair. My favorite thing about this episode is I just love the idea of there being a rivalry between the sci-fi convention next door. That's just a funny concept that like the Ren Fair and the sci-fi convention are happening simultaneously near each other, and they have like an ongoing rivalry.
So Delia tell you, but they do this on Phineas and Ferb.
No
I was just
way.
about to say that.
So I was out of it the whole episode because I was like, man, what the fuck? Even though they clearly did it first here, but still, I was like,
I remember watching the 2 back-to-back ages ago, and I was like, wait a minute,
yeah, why do they?
who the fuck is ripping off who? I need to know.
And now
Because-
It feels like parallel thinking because it is like once you think of that idea, you're like, that's such a good idea, you got to do it. You know, I feel like it's not. It wouldn't be unusual if they just hadn't seen this. You know, but or maybe, you know, at the same time, sometimes they're like, yeah, this idea has been done, but we're gonna do our own thing with it. You know,
right.
Yeah.
But
It's weird because that episode seems like it's more home movies than like the home movies one at points, because they did a lot of like experimental shit. The whole like doof and puss subline,
right?
You know, is very much like that. And then like, because they do a lot more interpersonal shit with like looking at like the factions and like how they react to each other. Because part of the episode is that Phineas and Ferb are going back and forth, and they're trying to merge the 2 factions, because Buford and Baljeet are on opposite sides of them too, and they can't really like do anything there until they like get them together, right? So like Phineas would go into like the Star Trek type faction, and Baljeet would just be looking at him crazy. It's like, no, you can not break bread with us, or like some shit. And Ferb would do the same thing, and they'd be roped into like opposite sides, and it's like, to me, this is like, wait a minute. Weren't they doing more of this in that other show?
Oh, that's funny.
Whereas in this one, it's more like this other episode. It reminds me a lot of Excalibur, actually, because the Ren Fair is like really self-indulgent. Like the last 5 minutes too, especially, is like, you know, it's fucking awesome. And Phineas and Ferb did that one too. They had like a group of episodes where they time skip into different parts of, and then they did one where they did it, you know. This is way too much Phineas backstory, right? But you know,
I got something to say too. I was just waiting. It's coming.
One day, honestly, the more you talk about it, maybe the sooner I'll watch Phineas and Ferb finally.
Imagine not watching Phineas and Ferb to get the
I don't have
impressive
to
commentary.
What you got, Tariq? You got more Phineas? You got a Phineas tangent?
Yeah, because of what Deli said. Because they that episode is kind of more like a home movies episode, because one of the subplots is that the villain is so the words that are about to come out of my mouth is so funny. The villain captures an executive who was played by Seth MacFarlane, and he like ties him up.
I feel like we talked about this.
Did we? Well, he pitches him a storyboard of a show that he wants to do, like a blaxploitation based show that he wants to do, about like his relationship with Perry the Platypus and shit like that. And it's really funny and it's really like self-aware and shit like that. And that's what reminded that when Deli said that, it reminded me of that. That's a good episode. That shit is funny.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about that specifically. I feel like you brought up to me the Seth MacFarlane thing, and I was like, oh yeah, that rings a bell.
Probably for the gag at the end, at the tail end of the meeting, right? That joke is really home movie, so I'm not going to spoil it. It's really fucking good.
All right, I'll watch that episode, guys. I'll do it.
It's a good one.
Finally.
I think my other note is that this episode, well, not this episode, it's just this episode made me realize that this season has like really good animation. Like they do more with the body language and stuff than they usually would.
There was
characters
some
aren't just static.
Yeah, there were some pieces of animation this season where I was like, whoa. Like I can't remember which one this was. I think it's later in the season. Brendan has a bad dream and there's something like flies through his head and pulls his brain out the back of his head. And there's like all this ooze. And I'm like, that is a complicated animation for home movies. Like that was unexpected. But yeah, it does feel like which makes sense. You know, the second season they moved to Flash and, you know, they just push it a little further this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brendan used to talk about how like he would rush the storyboards in like season 1 just so he can get to like the actual making of the cartoon.
Right.
And then like you skip ahead and they're doing these like elaborate tracking shots in these sequences that are really time consuming. And you would never guess that this studio would go on and it would make Word Girl. But once you learn that, then you're like, ah, shit, really?
Right.
You know. It's the natural progression of Word Girl.
I also liked the McGuirk being just crazy hungover. The scene where he gets out of his car and he just can't stop puking. It's pretty gross, but pretty like funny. Very McGuirk. Yeah. That's a fun episode.
He headbutts that kid.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah, you guys got any other thoughts on Renaissance?
Nah, man. I wasn't. Well, it's mostly just because this is one of the few settings in animation that I'm always like weird about. Like, I don't like camp episodes in animation, like cartoons where they go to camp. Like, I hate when characters leave their neighborhood and go to camp. And I hate every Renaissance episode I watch. I don't hate this one, but instantly once I saw what it was, I was already out of it.
Isn't there a good King of the Hill Ren Fair episode though?
It probably is.
Yeah.
Is. That Family Guy one, I'm not really too keen on. I remember the name of it. It's called Mr. Saturday Night. Because he's
really
a knight.
Funny. You don't like it?
Nah, man.
Damn.
Not that much.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on?
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it.
The next episode is My Cheatin' Heart. So this is the only episode this season with Andrew.
Yeah. Even though he has a fucking kid.
Yeah, even though his wife is giving birth in the end of the season, he's not in that one. He's in this one. Mm-hmm. Really weird. I'm wondering why that was. Was it have to do with the budget for the cast in each episode, or did they not have? Is the scheduling off, or what? It's a weird. Yeah, it's weird, especially because he was such a major aspect of season 2, and for him to just have one episode this season, and then the last episode to be about him in a lot of ways without him in it. You know, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was more of a creative choice, but I know that Adult Swim kept asking for more episodes of like just the kids. So it's
Interesting.
probably like a trade-off of both of those things.
All right, Adult Swim. I see. Yeah, I there's a lot going on with this episode.
Yeah.
The whole Memento thing where he's like, well, we'll just make the movie backwards. We'll make the movie will be backwards. And then they also kind of reveal that this whole episode, the last scene was the first scene, right?
Right.
And that's like a funny ongoing thing. Sorry, go ahead.
As part 2, they do this on Phineas and Ferb too. And, and I was thinking about it the whole time too, because I remember really liking when they did it. Yeah,
that's really funny.
But and because they do it on Phineas and Ferb, I was expecting it to be like that one. So what they do here is they give you the ending, and then they start you at the beginning, and then play the rest until you get to the ending.
And then you get the ending. You see the ending again.
Right, but what Phineas and Ferb does is they give you the ending, and then they give you the middle, and then like another piece of the middle. Like it's all mismatched,
all jumbled.
And then you get the start of the episode at the very end of it. You know what I mean? So I guess because I was used to that episode, I was expecting them to do that here, but they didn't. But I still like what they do here. I like that everybody's like, Brendan, you can't fucking tell the movie backwards. That's stupid.
Right. I like when he shows it to them, and they're just they're just like, well, could we just make it forwards? Can we just play it regular?
They're like, he's like, all right, so what do you think? Well, it's backwards.
It's definitely backwards.
It's definitely backwards.
It's really funny. And then you've got the whole McGuirk Bagger Vance thing.
I love Bagger McGuirk.
See, I was gonna just say, fam, I was so frustrated when he did Bagger Vance. So
he was trying so hard to make it a thing, and they're like, stop.
I was so fucking mad. It's because have either of you ever seen Bagger Vance?
I haven't seen it since I was really young. I've seen it though.
Okay, I saw Bagger Vance last year. I was with my brother's fiance, and we were just sitting down on the couch. And we were going through HBO Max, and like, I guess I tried to play a game of chicken with her, but like, she just let me put it on. Like Bagger, I'd never heard of it. I just saw the poster, and I was like, "Why is Will Smith at the top of this poster?" So I put it on, and then she left, and I just watched Bagger Vance by myself. And I
What'd you think?
What did you actually?
What'd you think?
See, that's what I thought you asked me. Man, fuck Bagger Vance. Bagger Vance is like, that's like, Bagger Vance is like the most like, it's called the magical mystical Negro trope. It's the most, that Bagger Vance is that, fam.
Yeah.
Because like,
it's like the quintessential.
He helps. Who the fuck is the white guy?
Matt Damon,
is that
right?
Matt Damon?
Yeah, I think it's Matt Damon.
Yeah,
It's Matt Damon.
So
Will Smith, Bagger Vance comes and helps Matt Damon, and and at the fucking in the middle of the fucking tournament, Will Smith gets up and I shit you not, he walks off into the sunset. It's like a fucking parody. Like I've never seen some shit like that before.
My work here is done.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Fam, I'm not fucking with Bagger Vance. So when I saw McGuirk was trying to do that Bagger McGuirk, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
but it's so goofy though.
It is funny.
McGuirk is the bag. The bagger is the friends we made along the way type shit.
When he showed up,
up,
how he was dressed, I was in the middle of typing, "Son, they better not be doing Bagger Vance." And then he said, "I'm Bagger McGuirk," and then I erased my note.
And the accent he's doing, the like southern accent, is so funny.
Oh man, I was so mad, bro. I was so furious. I was really upset.
Oh my god,
I was really upset.
Also, just like, I also like the idea that like McGuirk watched that movie and really liked it and wanted to be like Bagger
He was like,
Vance.
this is an inspirational figure. Like,
All right, everybody that is listening, if you don't know why this is so funny, you gotta watch Bagger Vance. I promise, watching that entire movie is worth watching this one episode because you're gonna be like, what the fuck is he doing?
It's the perfect double feature. The Legend of Bagger Vance and My Cheatin'
It's
Heart from
symbolism.
Home Movies Season 3.
My cheating heart. Man, oh man, that shit had me fucking. That shit had me furious.
The whole cheating at golf thing is also kind of a like common thing. I think about that Simpsons where Mr. Burns finds out that Smithers has been cheating for him the whole time.
That's my favorite episode.
That's your favorite one? Oh, that's your favorite one.
That's from that's from Scenes in the Class Struggle.
Scenes in the Class Struggle. That's right. That is a great episode. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen anything else, but so much of media is in my brain and my life has been filtered through seeing something first on The Simpsons. So sometimes when I see something on The Simpsons, I'm like, oh, they must be doing something that something else did, because it's the, but man, that is a great episode. My favorite line that I always remember in that episode is when Homer is trying to pick a club, hit out of the bunker, and Burns goes, "Come on, you oaf! Use an open-faced club, a sand wedge." And Homer goes, "Open-faced club sandwich." That's a genius joke. That is perfect wordplay. That does not get better. It's so good. Oh man,
that episode's good, bro. I fucking love
it's
that
great.
Shit.
I also like how convoluted the like cheating is that he's got both McGuirk there and Melissa and Jason.
Yeah.
And then I also like the like kind of the ending resolution where Andrew's just like, yeah, everyone cheats at golf.
Everyone cheats.
Why would they? Why else would
me.
you? Yeah, why else would you write with? Why else would you use pencils? You can erase it.
One thing I forgot to bring up was when they're pressing Brendan about how they hate that the movie's backwards. Jason says, "Sucks this." Like, get it? Like, because it's backwards. Oh. Instead of "this sucks."
Oh, that's pretty good.
And this one has. Okay, I guess there's two more things I wanted to say. So it has. At first, I thought I didn't remember this episode, until we got to the bit where McGuirk and Melissa were going back and forth about Castaway.
Oh yeah!
Did he win an Oscar for that one? Oh,
Wilson,
no, watch that shit.
Like the movie. He's a great actor. He lost. He gained 40 pounds and then lost like 80.
80.
Oh man!
And this ends with it's really, really nice line where McGuirk tells Andrew that he's lucky to have a son like Brendan. That was really nice.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, especially because we don't see him at all the rest of the dang season. Yeah, right. Okay, here's a so it's the same episode. Here's a funny little tidbit that I decided to just look up. Legend of Bagger Vance and Castaway came out like within a month of each other at the end of the year 2000, which means that McGuirk was on top of his movie watching in late 2000. He was watching all of the new stuff. He loved Castaway, loved Bagger Vance.
These episodes are from 2002.
Right.
Which means that they were in production like right after the movies. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So yeah, it makes sense that like they were big movies from 2000. So they're thinking about them while they're writing season 3 in 2001. And then, 2 years later are when the references come to fruition. So, but it is funny. The McGuirk specifically.
I just couldn't fucking believe it.
Bag of McGuirk. I
I couldn't believe it, bro.
Oh man, he's doing the accent and everything.
Yeah, man. I'm like, there's no way they're doing that.
But he got a whole costume for it.
Oh, and then he shows up late because he wants to get the fucking bullshit, man. It's so fucking stupid.
That's pretty funny. Oh, it's very stupid. I'm a big fan. It's very dumb. I like it a lot. Oh, man. All right. Should we move on to Guitar Mageddon?
Let's do it.
Guitar Mageddon. Okay. Guitar Mageddon. I really like this one. This is the one where the kids decide to try to form a band, but it's mostly about Dwayne entering a guitar contest and his dad not understanding his music and taking away his guitar. I really like the scene where his guitar teacher's just like fast, like throwing chords and scales at him to do, and he's like it's an obstacle course almost, or he's like has to do them real fast, and he's like, I can't teach you anymore. Like, you've learned all you can. But yeah, I like Dwayne. Like, Dwayne is really funny, and I like the music in this. I love isn't there a good song in this one? Did I write that down? Let me look.
Freaky Outie.
Okay, Freaky Outie is the bad song. It's the funny song.
What are you talking about? It's the chart topper of this.
Paula says, and I quote, "I hate this song. If I hear it again, I'll divorce you."
Freaky Outie. They do a whole freaking music video for it at the end.
They do. Yeah. Paula sings it at the end, right in the credits. You know what the best part of this episode is, though, right?
Yeah, it's the contest.
Nah, it's that Little Mama comes back.
It's Little Mama. I was gonna say Little Mama.
It's fucking Little Mama.
And we find out we finally meet the boyfriend, Jimmy Monet. Oh man! So I think Lil Mama's really funny, and I think they kind of add some more quirks to her this episode. But my favorite fucking joke in the whole episode is after Dwayne loses, and he starts talking to Lil Mama, and Lil Mama's like, "You were great, you were robbed," and she's like, in seventh grade, some girl cleared out my locker, but I got her back. I poisoned her." It's so funny. and then Dwayne's like talking about, like, he's like, did he take, or she's like, my dad took away my stereo, after he says that his dad took away his guitar. And he's like, was it because of bad grades? And he goes, no, he took it away because I set some paint on fire. Like, the little insights into Lil Mama are so funny.
She has a sick ass life, fam. She has a sick ass life, and I love that, like, her and Dwayne connect. I love that.
Yeah.
She says like some really technical shit about what he was doing with his guitar, like about like the notes. And I was like, man, what are they doing?
Yeah, she's got some depth, Lil Mama. It's pretty funny.
I love her. She's the best.
Yeah, she's really funny.
She's right under Shannon. I love Shannon more, but
Shannon, dude, no Shannon this season.
There's no fucking Shannon this year, which sucks.
Oh man, yeah.
Because I fucking love Shannon.
Man, this is a funny episode. Deli, what were you saying? You said you like the Countess. What do you got to say about Guitar Mageddon?
I mean, you know, it's pretty good. I think it's kind of like, sometimes there are episodes this season that are like really easy to like compliment, like Shore Leave and Ren and Guitar Mageddon. But there's like ones in between, like Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, or Bad Influences, which in comparison feel like they drag a lot, but they don't, you know, they're not like bad by themselves, just because they're like not as high concept as the other ones. It did kind of feel like they were kind of like taking breathers in between like the more elaborate stuff, though. But this was more like, it was more like character setting. Like, you know, Dwayne, I feel like Dwayne just kind of got robbed of real good screen time. Like, you know, his moments are really good, but they didn't give him enough of them. Yeah. And this one is kind of like the only real time that he's fleshed out for an extended period of time. Other than like maybe the Kafka musical.
Right, God, I love the
wanted to count
Kafka
it.
musical.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
It's
He,
so
you
good.
know, he deserves like, Shannon levels of street cred, but he never got it. So
Right.
this is his swan song, I guess.
Does he not really have much more going on after this in the last season?
Well, he never really had like a super prominent role, and I feel like his character kind of necessitated that, especially based on all the shit that they built up here. And he has there's a lot you could do with him.
Yeah, I agree. He's always been one of
yeah.
my favorite characters. It does kind of feel like he maybe deserved a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys got any other thoughts on this one?
Nah.
All right. I like that one. Let's move on to Storm Warning. This is like I like the concept of this episode. Like it feels like they kind of had to go out of their way to get McGuirk at the house for a while when the storm hits. But
Yeah.
But it's funny. I like that whole premise of McGuirk being like, "Hey, Paula, you want to come pick up my sister from the airport with me?" And we'll say you're my fiance.
He says this one thing that I wrote down. He says, "Since we go around once, Paula, on this crazy planet."
We go around once. I liked when he came over the first time, and Brendan looks outside and he's like, "Coach, you parked on the lawn." He's like, I thought that was the driveway. Like, no, it's the lawn. That's really funny. Man, and I also liked when he's trying to convince Paula to do it. She's like, "Is this a ruse?" Like,
oh yeah.
What? A ruse? A ruse?
So wow, so even I knew that. Brendan knew it. Brendan's a smart kid, but like am I smarter than you?
Am I smarter than you, Paula? Yeah, that's funny.
This one has the Paula wants to get her book published. She calls She calls to set up an appointment, I guess, to drop the book off. And then you find out that the guy she's calling for is the dude's dad. And she says, "Oh, okay, can I talk to
son?
No, son."
All right, she's talking to his son, but she wants to talk to the dad. And she says, "Oh, can I talk to him?" And he said, "Not right now. He's dead."
Yeah, not right now. He's dead. I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
I really like the bit. I always remember the bit where they're making the mockumentary and it's about him. He wants to make movie history. So he names the movie history. It's really funny. It's a really dumb idea. But I also, on top of that, one of my notes I wrote down is just like, I love how often when Jason doesn't like what they're making, just basically says, "This is stupid." Often Jason will just stop it down. Yeah.
He let him know, man. He speak his mind. I like that.
It happens a lot.
Speaking of fucking Jason, this is the episode where you find out that Jason's parents don't even know that Brendan and Melissa exist.
I wrote that down. That's so funny. Jason, you've never told your mom about us?
Which, like, what the fuck do they think their son does all day?
Yeah. It's so funny. Yeah, that's really funny. I also love sorry, go ahead.
He tells his mom they're making a mockumentary, and she's like, "Oh, like Spinal Tap."
I don't know what that is. So I've never seen that.
I don't know what that
is. Oh man. I really like when McGuirk brings Josie downstairs and is like, "All right, now you guys go upstairs." He tells the kids to go upstairs. And he has this whole convoluted explanation for why they can't be in the same place during a tornado. He's like, "If we get sucked up in the tornado, we'll hit each other in the head and we'll die." So you have to be spread out. It's like such a weird logic. Like, where did he hear that? Who? It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that whole sequence where when Paula is driving to drop off the script, but she gets caught up in the storm. And on the way, she encounters Walter and Perry,
Oh yeah.
are trying to get a fucking petition signed. In a tornado. So she's like, get in the car, and they're like reading through her script, and they're just roasting the shit out of her. It's like, it's awful. It's horrendous. Like,
I love Walter and Perry so much.
The fucking tree that they're like signing the petition for just fucking blows past them.
Oh, it's so good. Oh man, I love Walter and Perry. Like it's funny. I maybe brought this up on another episode, but it's funny how Lauren Bouchard has the weird like the duos, because he has the duo in that of Walter and Perry, and then in Bob's Burgers there's Andy and Ollie. Yeah, exactly. And they kind of operate similarly, where they just like on each other's wavelength in such a silly way. And obviously,
I'm surprised
they're twins
there isn't one in the Great North.
Oh yeah, I guess he's technically not the creator; he's an EP. But yeah, you're right. There isn't one in the Great North.
He's made in his image,
in his style. Yes. So yeah, I gotta watch more.
Aren't the Molyneux the voice of Andy and Ollie? So it kind of
no, they're not. The Silvermans, the Sarah Silverman and Laura Silverman are the voices of Andy and Ollie. But yeah, they. I gotta watch more Great North. I watched the pilot. I thought it was pretty good. I'll get once there's like 2 seasons for me to binge. I'll cruise through it. I got to do that for a lot of shows. Yeah, so I'll do it now. I'll start right now.
I'm about to say there might be.
You guys keep doing the pod. I'm going to start watching The Great North.
Wait, no.
Do the Duncanville binge.
I do have to do Duncanville. I'm actually I don't have that much more Duncanville to go. I think I'm in the middle. I think I've watched a few episodes of season 2 already. So I gotta.
Does it just not? You ever thought about doing a Duncanville video, or does it just not speak to you in that way that you?
It hasn't yet. I like it. I like the family. I like their relationship. It's just like I don't know why it doesn't like grab me. Like hasn't like so many shows. So many of these shows. There was a moment where I was like, oh, I get this show, and then I just binge everything there is, and I'm like, oh, I love this. You know what I mean? And Duncanville, there's been some stuff I like in it, but so far there hasn't been one thing where I've just been like, oh, I love this. I remember the moment Bob's Burgers got me. I started the first episode, I was like, oh, this is fine. It was the episode, I think it was the second one, where he gets stuck in like the crawl space in the wall. And I love that premise and the way they do, and I especially love the way they do the Shining stuff. But the joke that made me just like burst out laughing, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch all of Bob's Burgers, was when they've convinced Mr. Frond that Bob has died, and Tina doesn't know that that's like the ruse they're doing, and they're sitting in the office, and Tina's like, Dad's dead, and Louise goes, oh, great, Mr. Frond. We were going to tell her on Father's Day. Now we have nothing. And then she goes, now we have nothing to do on Father's Day. And I love that joke so much. And that joke, like that joke alone, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to watch this whole show. This is great. This is really good. Yeah, it's good stuff. Although at that point, there was only 2 seasons. So like I've kind of been keeping up with it the whole time. I think I maybe have to watch the last season or 2. But yeah, that's crazy. That show's been on for so long now.
Yeah, man. I remember when it aired.
Movie.
Dude, I can't wait.
Put the fucking movie.
I need to see it. It's the fucking Duke Nukem of movies.
I just want to know what it looks like. If I just get a trailer that shows me the animation, I'll be good.
I need to see it.
I'll be held over until.
And I'm hoping, like, I'm gonna try my best to figure out if we can find someone to get us to an early screening.
Yeah, let me in that motherfucker.
Yeah,
man.
we can do it. We got the clout at this point.
We do got the clout, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait. Supposed to be released in May. I would be willing to bet it gets delayed, but who knows?
Fuck. Yeah, maybe.
12 seasons, 226 episodes of That's crazy. That is crazy.
Remember when that just like didn't happen?
Yeah, it still
And that was
it rarely happens.
nah. It's the shows stick around now.
I don't know. I don't know. Shows that have been out for a while, like it feels like now there's a little bit more. It feels like shows are now willing to be like, yeah, we'll do a 6-season run and finish it up on a streaming service. But like, it's like mostly the Fox thing, and I guess South Park. But it's like really the shows that just keep going are Simpsons, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, and South Park, right? And American Dad,
like SpongeBob.
Sure, yeah. True.
Loud House is going to become that pretty soon.
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb might come back, right?
Yeah.
It's already back. It's been back. What you talking about? It never fucking left. They're going to keep that going until 2085.
Johnny, me and Deli have been going through some shit for the past 2 years, man. I don't know if you want to join in this shit.
Oh no.
What's that? I was just thinking of one that like is like the Teen Titans Go turns like 10 this year, doesn't it?
Okay, that's
like,
fair.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're still doing that. Like, and there was a point in time when the Flintstones got the 6 years, and everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Like, it just didn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by like it just didn't happen before. And now now Bob's Burgers can be on season 12, and nobody even thinks about it. They're just like, they still make Bob's Burgers. Like, it's not like with the Simpsons, it's like they still make that shit, but like, they don't. Now 15 season runs are just kind of like, it was around for a while. Kinda.
Yeah. It's still it's still not common. It's just like there is just like, oh yeah, I guess that can happen. It's not. Yeah. It's like there's still like outliers. I feel like all of those shows are still like massively popular outliers, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
I think in the context of animation too, it's kind of people would assume that it's like easier to bring them back or like maintain them, but it's not super duper common. Which is why, like, a lot of the long runners people think of as, like, those few, SpongeBob, they don't think about, like, when you tell people, like, Arthur was still going on and it's going to end, like, next month.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? They don't think about it in that context. Curious George has been, like, going on until, like, 2018 or something, and then they ported the show to Peacock and they were like, okay, we're going to revive it. People don't think about that shit. There are shows. Wild Kratts is like 10 years old, and nobody that listens to this podcast gives a fuck about Wild Kratts. but in the context of animation, most people don't think about it like that, because for stuff like Phineas and Ferb too, they will just like perpetually keep cycling it back in, so it has more like replay value in that sense. So they don't think about it, because it's supposed to be more like timeless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting.
There aren't that many shows that would breach that, but people are kind of like surprised, like if a show gets like 8 years and they don't even notice it, versus like a show that's like 30 years old and they don't even fucking know. And like Cyber Chase is 21. I can't fucking believe it.
What was that record that Always Sunny broke a couple weeks ago? It like confused me, because I was like, wait, what? I didn't even know this was happening. Nobody said anything about this. Like, I feel like whatever it was, I feel like it should have been a big deal.
It's the longest running live action comedy in history.
And I was like, whoa. Like, I didn't even like, it just happened like under my radar. Like, I watch Always Sunny like every once in a while. Like, I think it's hilarious. But like, when I read that,
I haven't watched it in a long time,
but what the fuck?
And it's also renewed through season 18. It's gonna like hold that record. And I think there are also shows that like actually, I guess the thing is like people really like that show. I don't think there's anyone who's like, oh yeah, Always Sunny sucks now. Like, I feel like most of the fans of that show are just like, yeah, it's still on, it's great.
No, it's still fun.
Yeah,
it's still fun. And I've seen the latest season.
But the there's other shows that I feel like could have, like, I think about Seinfeld, which was 9 seasons long. Seinfeld, when Seinfeld ended, they ended it on their terms. They weren't canceled. They were just like, we're going to end the show. And they were the number one show in the world when they ended, which is crazy. So like they were 9 seasons deep. They could have done 6 more seasons, right? Like they could have. They probably would have slowly gone downhill and not been the number one show anymore. But like, that's interesting. It's interesting to think about. Always Sunny, good show though. I should watch more. I haven't watched it in years, like years and years. There's probably more I haven't seen than I've seen now.
Some of this COVID shit they're doing is sick. Yo, them niggas wild. They wild.
Well, it's a show about the worst people on the earth, so I imagine it's pretty fun.
Yeah, they bugging out.
All right, let's get back into home movies. Do we have anything else about Storm Warning?
I don't.
All right,
we covered everything.
Yeah,
this following episode 310, It's Time to Pay the Price, was always one of my all-time favorite episodes of this show. This time I liked it. I still liked it a lot. I don't think it's my all-time favorite now, but because the scared straight stuff is really funny, and I like what's his name, Pendlehurst. But the stuff that I always remember in this episode is them going through their old movies and you seeing all of them, and then the whole thing that, oh, you end your movies all the same way. Is that like your signature? Like you end all your movies the same way. That joke is so funny to me. And the different ways they navigate, like the different ways they fit in. It's time to pay the price is really funny. Yeah.
Like one of them was just like Jason paying for baby food.
Yeah, exactly. All right, it's time to pay the
price.
But this has a really funny episode. There's so many funny moments. I like that the kids get in trouble for being at school on the weekend. And they're just like, we didn't know. And Jason's like, well, yeah, we kind of did know. Like we kind of did. He just rats them out. But then when Brendan's like, you guys, look at this. Look at all these. And Chase is like, what are these? Like, it's our movies. Like, we were taping those.
That's
taping those movies. We should burn them.
That was really, it got that joke crept really close to my suspension of disbelief. I was like, man, come on. You didn't know he was filming him.
Yeah, they did a couple like that. It's kind of almost an extension of how Jason has never told his mom about Brendan and Melissa. It's like, really? Really, Jason? But some of the movies they show off, like Jesus Scylla, son of Godzilla, is so fucking funny.
The fact that like Brendan keeps showing them the covers. He's like, yeah, what the fuck is this? Like, why do we make this? I don't even remember this. And Jason's like, oh yeah, that's when I had that beard. That's when I had to do that. He's like, that's when I was the hand. Like, he remembers all of them.
But he didn't know they were filming them.
Right, yeah.
I like that we got more Starboy. The fucking German film where they're just like joking, glooping, gloping, glooping, and they're just have subtitles over the nonsense is so funny. Yeah, it's super funny. And then the scared straight stuff is pretty funny too. I like
the tail end where Pendlehurst gets chewed out.
Yes.
Meanwhile, these kids like haven't learned a fucking thing, and the whole time that they're in the program, they were just riffing on everything,
dicking around. They're playing fucking charades.
It's so funny.
Pendlehurst is voiced by Sam Cedar, I believe, who also voices
Benson.
No, Bren.
Fenton. Fenton, yeah.
Why am I blanking on
Bren is the most recognizable name in the show. Bren.
Yeah, next to Septipus. No, but they didn't fucking care. Like, he took him through it. He thought he was going to change their lives, and then he gets fucking chewed out by this
warden
guard. The warden,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which everybody in that fucking jail is played by H. John Benjamin. They're all fucking H. John.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy how many voices they have John Benjamin do in this show.
This is his demo reel.
Right. And which is funny because like he does do funny voices, but like he's known for his voice.
Right.
And even though he does really funny voices, you can always kind of tell like, oh, that's John Benjamin, you know? So it's funny that they have him do so many. I love the end when they're like, "Is that the warden?" And they just start chanting, "Better conditions for prisoners now."
And then they're in the car, and we shall overcome.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah, I like this episode. I think it's a good episode. You guys, anything else about this one?
I like that they put themselves in the situation where the final movie is about them in jail. So it is the very perfect opportunity for them to say it's time to pay the price.
Right.
But they can't because they're trying to make a statement.
That's so funny. Oh, man.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, let's move along. 311 is Broken Dreams. Oh, this is the one that has the song I love. The Trust Yourself song, I think is a bop. I like that song a lot. Mm-hmm. This has got some weird stuff in it. Like McGuirk having to learn CPR has some funny stuff in it. But my favorite moment in this whole episode, well, the main plot of this episode is all about Melissa having a broken arm and like them faking having broken arms. Mm. And then Brendan also not wanting to do the test and trying to study for his test. But my favorite moment is when Brendan's at the library trying to study and McGuirk's there and he's got like all the bumps on his head and he's like kind of out of it. And he's like, bleeding. Brendan, look, I threw the card catalog everywhere. He's like, you look through the shelf and it's just all the card catalog is just strewn about. And he's just like laughing that he fucked up the library, completely fucked over the library. It's such a weird little joke. But man, that joke cracked me up.
McGuirk is he's like an older brother at this point. There's that part where Brendan is trying to study, but he falls asleep and he wakes up to McGuirk reading A Quarter for the Bus. That fucking memoir about the bus driver. Brendan gets so mad. He's like, what the fuck? I'm trying to study. He's like, I thought you would like it.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff in this one. I feel like this one overall just had a bunch of moments I really liked, but like I wasn't super enthralled by the overall plot. But like at the end when they both realize that when Melissa and Jason faked their broken arms and they're like, Brendan, we know you also faked your broken arm. He's like, I really broke my arm.
He shows him the x-rays and shit.
Deli, you got any thoughts on this one?
Nah, it's pretty simple.
It's simple. Fun moments, simple one. I the scene where he's like refusing to do CPR because he doesn't want to kiss the dummy. But I like that the guy who's teaching him CPR eventually is just like what's wrong with kissing someone? Like he just leans into it. He's like, what's wrong with that? You breathe into someone's mouth when you kiss someone. And McGuirk's like, I don't.
He's like, you do? I don't.
It's really funny. All right, let's move on. Let's go on to 312 Stowaway. The sequence where Brendan is just like looking for any tiny reason to run away from home is really funny to me. Where he's just like the first thing he's doing is he's like, Mom, why don't we ever get ice cream? I hate that we don't ever have ice cream. She's like, I bought like 2 gallons of ice cream. Did you look in the freezer? And he's like, no, I didn't look in the freezer. What eventually gets him to run away from home? What's the thing where he's like, I'm out of here? It's something so dumb. I can't remember.
I don't even remember.
My favorite moment in this episode though is where they're on the bus McGuirk starts singing the Wheels on the Bus song, but he doesn't know the words. They're just like improvising them together. And he's the horn on the bus goes beep, beep, beep. That's the sound of the horn.
The gears on the bus go grr, grr, grr.
Yeah, those are the gears on the bus.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's funny because like that's clearly improvised in the session. Like that feels like a purely improvised bit. And then their plan, like, oh, let's get on a boat and stow away to Europe. We're gonna get on a boat that will take us to Europe. Is really funny. It's
fucking sick.
Yeah.
And this one has that stuff with McGuirk and that guy who says he's gonna get him all that money by gambling.
Yeah.
And when the guy runs the plan by McGuirk just responds with, "I'm in love with you."
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I thought that was hilarious.
Oh man.
I love that whole sequence of them just fighting when they're both like drunk on power.
Oh yes.
And they like fall overboard, like over the, and then when they're fished out, like the police are like looking at them like, okay, well, what happened? And then they were like making up their story as they go along because they don't want to talk about how they were fighting each other over slot chips.
Right. That's good. Let's see. I don't know. This is another one that like that stuff was funny. I like the setting. I like how those things came together, but this is one that didn't like. There's another one that was kind of like I was like, oh, this is fine. Didn't stick out too much to me. You guys got any thoughts on Stowaway?
When Jason gets addicted to gambling and they try to get him to stop, he says, "Back off, bitches." I was like, whoa.
Jason,
why you say that?
Jason going nuts is so funny.
Yeah. This one has they do that thing to Jason on the phone. Brendan says click when he acts like he hangs up.
Yeah.
And he's still on the phone. Yeah. And then Melissa says click, and then Jason just thinks he's on the phone by himself. I thought that was funny.
Is that when they're trying to work out why they're like Brendan's not here anymore? Did the phone company like change the clicking sound to click? That's really funny. All right, you guys want to move on to the finale?
Let's do it. Let's hit the finale.
The opening of this episode. So this is like the Halloween episode, and also the episode where Linda, right?
Yes, Linda.
Yeah, Linda is giving birth to Andrew and her child, and no Andrew. I still think that's so weird. Still think that's so weird.
Big bizarre. I think. Okay, confession. I didn't remember that she had a kid.
Like, I didn't either. Does the kid show up after this? I don't remember.
No.
So no.
I don't think the kid shows up.
So not even season 4.
The
so
whole
Brendan's
episode was like, her being pregnant and all the shit that happens during it. But they don't emphasize their family.
But even in season 4, do we never see Brendan's younger brother?
I don't think they show up.
That's so crazy. So Brendan's got 2 younger siblings now, which is interesting. I did like I liked how off-put Linda was when Brendan is just like goes up to her stomach. It's like, how's Brendan Jr. doing? And there's some really funny moments. I love the opening moment where they're talking about their costumes that they're going to wear. And Brendan's like, I can't tell you guys mine. I'm going to keep it a secret. And it's like, it's got to be a surprise. And then Lynch is like, well, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to be a kitty cat. And Brendan's like, oh, darn it. He's like, he was going to be his big secret was that he was going to be a kitty cat. That's so funny.
And then they give him so much shit for his fish costume, which isn't even fucking bad.
It's a good costume. It's a good costume.
Like, they give him so much shit.
It's kind of
I like that scene where Lynch he doesn't know that Jason is an addict of many vices.
Yes.
So
dude.
he fucking baits him with the candy.
He's like,
Jason's
who would
trying
give
his
up
hardest
candy?
to not, he's trying not to do Jekyll and Hyde, but he's like, he's fading, and then once he tackles him for the candy, it's all over.
Yeah.
They're in the fucking hospital, like, waiting room, like, duking it out.
I love that they brought back his candy addiction. Jason's candy addiction is so funny. And so obviously if you're going to do a Halloween episode, it has to be part of it. So I'm glad they maintained that little piece of continuity. So the other line that I love in this episode is, so McGuirk's got this subplot with what's her name, Stephanie or whatever.
Yeah.
Which
my first note is she gonna try to fuck McGuirk again?
Yes, it was all that was her plan the whole time.
Yeah.
But I love when she finally reveals who she is, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, so you're a kook now." That's such a funny line.
She says that she dresses different so that people won't take her so seriously. And he's like, "Oh well, it's working." And she says, "Oh, thank you." She says, "You're so sweet." He says, "No, I'm not."
It's pretty good. Although I gotta say, like, I still don't understand why McGuirk didn't fuck her last time. Why he was like the whole episode he was like trying to, and then and then this time he's like, "All right, let's do it." And I don't understand why. I don't get it.
So he asks her, this time if she's sober this time, and she says, "Yeah, she doesn't drink that much anymore." And he says, "Well, I can still smell a little alcohol in your breath." And she said she needed it to go door to door. Which leads me to believe that he may have gotten uncomfortable because she was drunk.
I don't even remember her being drunk. Was she drunk?
I don't either.
Yeah,
but that's the only thing I could devise when he said that.
Because they were at the wedding, but there wasn't it was literally during the wedding ceremony that they
left. Which
left.
is when you wouldn't be drunk.
Yeah, you're not drunk at that part. Yeah.
Right.
You're drunk afterwards when you party, but they were at they left during the actual thing. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Oh well. I don't know. It's a mystery.
He has a fucking heart attack when he tries the duff. And then when she explains like what how this happened before. I was younger. The guy had a heart attack and then he died. He's like, "Oh, so you're just a killer."
Oh man. I like I also kind of like the how just like Brendan and Linda just like go at it while she's in labor.
Bro, they going crazy. Brendan was pissed.
Yeah.
He was trying very hard to like maintain it, and then she called him like a little
like
movie making piece of shit, and you could see like him just like breaking.
It's so funny.
It's like, and then
Paula walks in and he's just in the back going back and forth.
Yeah, I think like once they were done like exchanging words, they just started fucking yelling at each other like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
And then the baby comes.
Right.
Which also, when I forgot, one thing I forgot about what Johnny was talking about when Jason, when Lynch fucks with Jason and gets him to eat all the candy, Melissa is terrified. She's fucking shaking and crying.
She's crying,
and shit like that. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, she's got like trauma from Candy Jason. Like,
man.
Yeah.
She's fucking terrified. Oh wait! I forgot about this. I wrote here: Walter and Perry roast the shit out of Linda. They do that when she answers the door. I think. Well, yeah, when they're trick or treating, Linda opens the door to give them candy. She says, "Oh, Ghost original. I never seen that before." So, "Oh, what you supposed to be, a stuck up housewife?" Like they start going fucking nuts on her.
That's the funny thing about Walter and Perry is that they seem like these like really easy target little like weak little kids, but then they'll just fucking tear you apart. They'll just destroy you.
Fuck.
Like actually, they do that at the beginning of the season too. When they're just like after in the first episode, they're like, hey Fenton, can we come to your house and maybe see your mom naked?
Yeah.
We have a sleepover with you, Fenton.
Naked sleepover.
Oh man, it's pretty good. Oh man,
Fenton's like, leave me alone.
Walter and Perry, kind of the MVPs, huh?
Yeah, man.
Oh man. All right, you guys got anything else about this finale?
Last thing I wrote is that the season ends with the doctor asking if anybody wants Linda's placenta before he throws it
That's
out.
right. Tom Kenny doing the doctor there.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Oh, I also like that they when what's his name, Lynch falls down the stairs and they give him pain drugs and he's just like basically drunk at the end. Is pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
Kind of a almost a callback to when he gets wasted in Tijuana, right?
Oh yeah.
Or,
he's so fucked up in Tijuana.
It's so funny. And he's trying to ask where the hotel is. He's like, where's the hotel? Donde is the hotel?
in Spanish, Lynch.
Where's the hotel? Oh, that's great. Yeah, all right. That's all of them. You guys got any other thoughts on this last one before we talk about the season as a whole?
Nah, we went through all mine.
Yeah. This is a good season. There's some really good episodes here. I feel like maybe it's because I binged it, and this happens a lot when I binge stuff. But by the end, I'm kind of like, I'm less into this, than I was. Like, I've watched so much home movies today. I do feel like the beginning and middle of the season I love, and then the last few, I'm like, these are good, but I was like, they didn't like the last 3 episodes weren't crazy standouts to me.
For me, it's split in half.
Really?
But I feel the same way. Like the first half, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm like crying, laughing, everything.
Right.
Like all the different scenarios they put them in is hilarious. I think once it started getting really, really super high concept, and they started doing shit like going to jail and Renaissance fairs and shit like that, it did kind of give me like a pause. And I don't think the episode's bad or anything, but I still was
right. I hear you. Yeah, there's some fun stuff. There's some really fun stuff this season. I'm pretty excited to watch the final season now. Because honestly, I'll remember once we start watching, but like I don't remember many episodes of season 4 specifically. I do, other than the finale. I remember it having a pretty nice finale. I remember.
Yeah, I want to see the finale again, man. I still got the burned image of the last few shots in my brain.
Yes, me too. That's what I've got as well. So I'm excited.
I think the finale kind of overshadows the rest of the season too, because season 4 is definitely not like as high concept as season 3, but it maintains a lot of the same humor.
Right.
So it's harder for people to remember because they also get trapped up in the finale because everybody has like a different interpretation of what the finale means. So they're not talking about shit like Yoko or like Honky Magoo. They're not talking about that shit. They're thinking about the grill, the meeting of the.
Right. Well, I'm excited for us to debate that and talk about it when we're done. That'll be fun.
Me too.
Yeah, that'll be good. Season 3, home movie season 3, good season. Guys, should we do our rankings?
Let's do
it.
All right, I'll go first. Also, like this was, I kind of had a hard time. Like, I definitely have some that are my favorites, but I like them all. There's just I think, I'll just go for it. Let's go. 13, Stowaway. 12, Store Morning. 11, Broken Dreams. 10, Breaking Up is Hard to Do. 9, Coffins and Cradles. 8, Bad Influences. 7, Force Company. 6, Renaissance. 5, Shore Leave. 4, It's Time to Pay the Price. 3, My Cheatin' Heart. 2, Improving Your Life Through Improv. And 1, Guitarmageddon. I really like Guitarmageddon.
Man, ours is, we didn't.
I had a feeling we're going to be real different. Yeah. I could tell. Yeah.
Ours is nuts. You want me to go? Or you want Deli to go?
Let's do Deli. Deli, go for it.
Go ahead, Deli.
Okay. Number 13, Bad Influences. Number 12, Forced Company. Number 11, Broken Dreams. Number 10, Improving Your Life Through Improv. Number 9, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. Number 8, My Cheating Heart. Number 7, Time to Pay the Price. Number 6, Stowaway. Number 5, Guitar Mageddon. Number 4, Coffins and Cradles. Number 3, Renaissance. Number 2, Shore Leave. Number 1, Storm Warning.
We matched up twice. Number 13, Renaissance. Number 12, Broken Dreams. Number 11, Stowaway. Number 10, Improving Your Life Through Improv. Number 9, Shore Leaves. Number 8, Time to Pay the Price. Number 7, Guitar Mageddon. Number 6, My Cheating Heart. Number 5, Storm Warning. Number 4, Coffins and Cradles. Cradles. Sorry. It's been a long time since we've done one of these. Number 3, Forced Company. Number 2, Bad Influences. And number 1, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do.
Wow, we're all three pretty different. You love to see it, honestly.
Yeah, man.
I feel like if I watched the season again, I would probably have a completely different ranking. It's kind of sometimes it's just the vibes, right? Like,
yeah, right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because there weren't really any I didn't like. There were some that I was like, oh, this one didn't leave an impact on me, but every episode had something that cracked me up. So
same, yeah.
Man, good stuff. All right, good first episode of the year. This was good. We started off with our cold open, maybe a little rusty, but I feel like this was a good discussion about home movies. I think we nailed it.
I agree. I agree.
Y'all got anything to plug? You want to talk about anything before we go?
I'll plug Abbott Elementary. If y'all haven't watched Abbott Elementary, it's this new show on ABC. It's a new show on ABC.
I've heard it's great.
In my opinion, it's the best new show on television. I've seen the pilot 4 or 5 times. I've seen the second episode like maybe 2 or 3 times.
Oh my God. There's only 2, right?
There's only 2. Because I just can't get enough of it. It's so fucking good. I love it so much.
Wow.
And I want it to stick around. Like,
I think it will. It's getting a lot of love.
I'm glad, and I want it to continue to get that love. Because if this shit don't get a second season, I'm going to feel partially responsible because I feel like I could have done something. And this is part of me doing
You're
something.
plugging it. You've watched it 10 times and there's only 2 episodes. I think you're doing your part.
I don't know, man, but I'm gonna keep doing my part. When I care about something as much as I care about this, I'm gonna keep doing my damn part. And I think that shit is crazy. So yeah, that's my plug. Watch that shit, bro. And I don't know, Buzz on Maggie coming soon, I guess.
Deli, what you got?
I'll follow in that vein because I'm on break this month. I know we drop Mondays usually, so watch Smiling Friends every Sunday on Adult Swim. Go catch it. It's going to be lit. I promise. You're going to like it.
I'm going to plug... Let's see. Oh, all right. If we're going to plug shows we love, final season of Search Party dropped today. And if y'all haven't started Search Party yet, I'm talking to both of you two, Deli, Tariq. Search Party is one of my favorite shows. Period. And this final season is on HBO Max. All of it's on HBO Max. It's so good. It's so good. I'm really excited to watch it. I haven't started yet because I've had a lot of work to do. But I'm hoping to binge it early next week. I might even try to make a video about it. That's how much I love the show. And I started rewatching it recently and I was like, oh my God, I can see how good character analysis could be of all 4 of these main characters. And part of me is like, I might just try that. I might try it. I don't know how many people watch this show, but I might go for it. So Search Party. I also want to plug the Patreon. If you guys aren't patrons yet, give it a check out. We've got 5 episodes up. We've got Shreks 1 through 4 and Puss in Boots on there. We're going to return this month. I believe the plan is to do Anomalisa first, which we should have up within the next week or 2, once we get back into the swing of our routines after the holiday. And then we would love if you join the Patreon to tell us what you would like us to cover next on the main feed and on the Patreon. because, we want to figure out what we're going to do next. Maybe we'll do some mini series for the main feed after home movies, just like Good Family. Maybe we'll do Good Family, and we want to know what movie, like if there's movie franchises you want us to cover on the Patreon, then we're happy to do that. We like doing those. So give us your thoughts. Check it out. 5 bonus episodes right now if you check that out. And yeah, let's with that, I want to thank our producer and editor Michael Yunez. I want to thank Kerrifique for our amazing artwork. I want to thank Jakeneutron for our incredible theme song. I want to thank Tunerific Tariq for being my co-host. I want to thank the Wacky Deli for being our wonderful resident co-host for the Home Movies miniseries. We'll see you again next week. I'm very excited to wrap this up. And with that, thank you very much. Talk to you later.